I can still remember the first time I met Medina. She was a sad, quiet, kind of shell of a child. She had already been interviewed by several people in the system by the time I met with her. I explained my role as her attorney, but I don't think she really understood then. She put her head down on our conference table and politely answered a bunch of questions, having to again relive the trauma that she had experienced. I had to work hard to earn Medina's trust. There were times when she was so angry at the world and the system she found herself in that she would yell and hang up on me. But she would call back, and I would always answer. Before court hearings, we would meet to talk about what was happening and what she should expect. I would remind her of my role to advocate, fighting for what she thought was best for her and representing that position in court. I think that started to show her a different way she could express herself. When she had to testify in court, she was prepared. She had developed her own voice. I could tell Medina really trusted me when she became a mother and actually started listening to some of my advice. I was proud of how much she had matured. She really advocated for herself and her child, and even some of the other young mothers in her program. Our relationship has really transformed since that first meeting. I went from being her attorney to being someone she invited to her daughter's first birthday party. And although I've since moved away, Medina will still reach out on holidays or even just to say hi. She still knows I will always answer.
My name is Medina. I'm 20 years old. I have two beautiful daughters. I ended up in foster care for the second time in my life around age 14. When I first met my attorney, I thought she was just another face. She was just another person I had to tell my story to, who probably didn't care. I was very closed off and hid my true feelings until one day when I was having a really rough time. Andrea was there for me without judging, without hesitation. No matter how angry, sad, or depressed I was, she was always there. Once I saw I could really trust her, I started opening up more. I was able to voice what I wanted, and she would advocate for that in court. We always had a plan. She had my back every step of the way. When I was pregnant with my daughter, Andrea noticed how I was maturing and that I was making decisions not just for me, but for my baby. It felt good having someone notice the positive decisions I was making and not just focused on the past. Many people told me if I ever needed anything, I could reach out to them. But most didn't keep their word. When Andrea told me that, she really meant it. When we finished with our case, she kept in contact with me, and I'm more than grateful for that. Me and my baby weren't just a check to her. I love Andrea in so many ways. She's become more like family to me.